Alright, so Myrna and Mirth were coming back to the farm. They heard some guy choking on like a fish fruit thing. They got back. I got water for the goat. They pulled the thorn out of the goat's throat that had like a abjuration enchantment on it. Um, we waited like forever for Wayfarer to ritually cast Speak with Animals because, you know, he took forever. Um, Also, kind of scared him and broke his concentration once, maybe, possibly. Um, he talked to Jaina, or tried to talk to Jaina. She was stoned. Talked to Bartholomew, got knocked the fuck out. Um, uh, um, where am I? Mirth found the secret door thing. She also talked to some stoners. Um, yeah, that's about as far back as I have in notes. So off of memory, I had the magnificent magic show while everybody else abandoned me. They went to lunch. Um, the daughter, named Madeline Berrybuck, um, who came out to speak to Silas, but he wasn't really interested. He was just kind of chilling with goats, and that's what he wanted to do. Uh, and then, Wayfair and Myrna, I believe, went to the brewer. Yes. Which is the thing Mirth knows we don't, is the symbol of Zeros in, Dagger Hills, I think it was. Yeah. Is the Zeros symbol. If you can't tell, I did run out of time in doing my notes. Oh yeah. The other thing was Mirth delivered a package to the taxidermist. Although that might have been session one. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Yep. Sorry, I think all of us have dogs except for Alex at this moment. That's what I mean. Oh shit. Hang on. What? I'm not getting sound. Hang on. Yep. Okay. Say something.
Check one.
Okay, now I'm getting sound.
Yo.
I don't know what
Okay.
happened there.
great big metal. Um, I wouldn't say casks. They're more heating apparatuses that will just keep churning the ale just to help ferment it. So it's pretty large. I mean, it will just seemingly large on the inside, but it does match. Uh, it does match the layout of the perimeter. Right smack dab in the back, connected by tubes from the casks themselves, is a tap station with a bar. And there seems to be people laughing all about, it's like townsfolk having a pretty damn good time enjoying the ale. And they're not just testers, they look like customers. So Thomason leads you to the back and starts to look at Mirth and Marina, Wayfarer.
So, what are you having?
I'll take just an ale, a nice cold ale.
Yeah, what kind of? Do you want a cider? Do you want a sour? You look like a sour.
Actually, I was gonna say cider, but if you say sour, I'll take a sour.
Well, how about both? I can do a pretty good. Well, it's like a citrus, but it's got a hint of pear to it. Does that sound like something you might want to try?
That sounds wonderful. I will take
All
one of
right.
those. And I'll look over to Mariner and Mirth.
I'll just have some anything non-alcoholic.
Non-alcoholic?
If you have it.
Out. He looks around the brewery.
And he
pulls out an orange.
I'm just gonna grab the orange. Good enough.
There's juice inside.
Start peeling it.
Yeah. He pulls out a wooden mug, well lacquered. No designs on it, which is kind of nice, but it would make sense that in this kind of establishment you don't want to have nice things just in case. So he pulls the tap and out immediately sprays this very sweet, tangy broth that just kind of spurts out just a little bit before cooling and churning around inside the mug. He hands it to you. And right before he lets it go, takes out a wooden stick and flicks off the froth.
There you go.
Thank you, and I'll take a sip.
All right. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
And so it begins.
Cream pie number 2.
It's not good. It's 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Okay, not bad.
What do you mean not bad?
So you are enjoying this very tangy, sweet. It's like it's kind of like a wine cooler. It doesn't hit you the way you thought it would. It's got the tang of the sour ale. It does taste like citrus. It does taste like it's got like a sour fermentation of a beer. But what you're getting the most notes of are definitely like pear and blackberry. So that's where the tartness is coming from, really. Marina, the orange that you're like, if you do taste the orange, you do notice that when you're peeling it, the orange itself has been dusted with clove and cinnamon.
Hmm.
So, like, as if he pulled it right before they were going into a batch for fermentation.
Okay. And then it tastes like
Look
that,
over.
stuff like that, right? Yeah.
Look over to Marina or Meredith and be like, Sheriff, will you also get a drink? Drink with us? Well, with me because Marina refrained.
Now,
It's really good. It's really good.
Thomason looks at you, almost like he's got a smirk on his face, just on one side. He's not blinking.
When we walked in, did I see where the servant went with the package?
Give me a perception.
Ooh. Oh, why am I always the first roll of the night?
No, you.
I rolled.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Great.
you rolled.
I rolled pretty low though. Hopefully you roll high.
I'm sorry, you said perception.
Mhm.
19 plus 6.
That is really high.
You don't know.
Ah, what? Excuse me, sir. I would like to confiscate that dice. Oh my god, so what I made you asshole. Need to recurse it.
Wow.
I feel betrayed. Utterly betrayed. What does he have plus 2 his perception? I don't like it.
Why would he roll perception to sneak away from you?
Oh, he's sneaking, okay. What does he have to sneak? Who's
Okay.
this motherfucker?
I gave you tons of information. Shut the fuck up. Anyway. Now, Tomlinson's looking at you, not blinking, with a smirk on his left side. Just,
Yeah, Sheriff. What can I get you?
Nothing. I am on the job.
You know what? I know just the thing.
now, he pulls out a couple of bottles. Well, 3 to be exact. And he pulls out a little mixer. The first bottle, to his right, he pours in what looks like a black liqueur, just oozing out. It's got hints of dark chocolate to it. He puts it down, grabs the middle one, pours it out into the mixer, and out comes very thin, when I say it's thin, I mean like the opaque is thin, red liquid, right?
Mhm.
Puts that down. Only just a splash of that. And it has notes of like pomegranate, but that's where the notes end. Like it's very quick. The third one, he pulls out and he is very gentle with the pour, but as it spirals out in this very clear, almost like a fizzless champagne, like a wine, but not quite. It's got that color to it. And he's letting it swirl down. 1, 2, 3, and whips it back. Puts the bottle down. Takes all 3 bottles and puts them back underneath his bar. Takes the top. You know what this needs? And he blows on the side, and that's when you see frost starting to hit the side of the mixer.
I'm going to lean forward a little bit further in as I watch him do that.
Okay. Takes it, just mixes it gently. As he's doing that with one hand, he takes out 3 shot glasses. Pours. To the right, it's a light blue. In the middle is a red. To the left is a light blue. Whips it out and says,
You gotta take them in order. From your left to the right. I call it a bloody eye.
Is that a reference to anything that I would catch?
please hold.
Please hold.
Please hold.
I just have to send a message.
Oh, secrets already.
Secret messages.
Just whisper it really loud.
Right, down, down, down.
You wanna bang? Boys. No. Leave it alone.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh. Interesting.
Remember the
Secret.
did I call it the Amethyst Kiss? Or the Amethyst?
I have it in my notes.
I give you notes.
Notes.
Down.
No, up.
Oh, it's not in my notes. It was in our messages, though, that we're sending back and forth.
So like 80 miles long.
Well, Amy.
Yeah.
Thistle or something. Yes. So I want to say it's the Amethyst Kiss or something.
Okay.
So anyway. That's the reference to.
Okay.
But he's not blinking. He's looking at you with the smirk still.
Seriously, try it. You might like it. I hear it reminds people of home.
What did you learn to make this drink?
All around.
Around.
Also,
Yeah.
how did you drop the temperature so quick?
Oh, being a, well, brewmaster, you learn a few tricks.
I see.
Yeah.
I'll take another sip of the ale real quick before putting it down. I have a question. Have you ever heard of a book called Snowstorm? And as he's doing this, I'm watching his body language intently. I want to see if he's thinking of a lie, thinking of like, is he not answering because he's actually searching for the thought? Is he not answering because he's trying to think of a lie? I'm trying to distinguish.
Give me an insight.
Right, come on, that dice fucked me. We're gonna do purple.
What kind of silence
Okay,
is this?
decent. Yeah, what kind of silence as is? 11 plus... plus 7, 18.
He is caressing his face, trying to find the memory of that book. Squints, looks down, looks up at you.
Do you know who the author is?
I do not. It was just a curious book that I found when I went to Barry Buck's library or his study room. I went in there to get changed and I noticed a bunch of the books. You know, he likes Jack's Guide a lot. I mean, I noticed a lot of Jack's. But one of the books stood out to me that it was called Snowstorm. And it was Cold to the Touch. And I don't know, seeing your frost quickly reminded me of that book.
No. Well, I'm a fan of Jack's as well, but I've never been.
You don't know, it's...
Yeah, I'm sorry, I've never been into a study. The only book that I have of the mayors is, well, Jack's Guide to Brewery Bonanzas, and it's really just an alcohol mixer book if you want to take a look at it. It's just drinks.
No, I'm fine. I mean, but you have this book. I assume you're really close with the mayor then.
No, it's not that. Jack's is more of the all-around kind of guide. He's well-traveled. He is very curious. Once he writes down a subject, he's infamous for forgetting it immediately to write and find a new subject to write about. So once he knows all about something, he writes his book, forgets all about it, goes on to a new subject.
It's very fascinating.
Maddening in his knowledge, really. So his books are treasured and priceless, but they do have a price.
Interesting. Huh. Well, can I also have what she's having?
Oh, you're not gonna like it.
Wow.
Am I not?
No.
While they've been
Sadly sip the ale.
I have
Pat
been
him on his back.
carefully inspecting each drink. Did I notice any funny business when he was pouring the drink? Is there any symbols in the frost? Anything that I would have caught? Okay.
It's almost exactly as you remember it.
Okay. All right. I will drink down the line.
Okay. When you finish the bloody eye,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Cream pie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just
Oh, no,
her
I
eyes roll back.
got a mute secret chat.
Foam
Hold on.
at the mouth.
Oh, mute secret chat. What's happening with the secret chat?
No.
Goats and suspicions.
Muted.
Ghost and suspicion.
Muted. There's nothing there. It's
Who
a
wrote
secret.
what? Who wrote?
I
Who
wrote
wrote
that.
it?
I wrote that author makes me think of Kovacs.
No.
Makes me think of back. Okay, that's gonna be in. I don't know where they put the. Where are they? Oh, saved. Alright, you said a wisdom saving throw? Or a.
Yes, I need a wisdom saving throw. Well, that's not gonna work. There we go.
19 plus 2.
Okay.
She can hold her liquor.
Just for a moment, it hits you, but as quick as it hits you, that's when you gain control. You see Thomas and Tully right away, and he is, as he appears, a gnome, but he has an insignia. There we go.
Ooh.
Now, this insignia is glowing as if it was etched into his skin. It is on his chin, right below his lower lip, but as it's glowing, it doesn't light up anything, just the symbol itself. Now, I'm showing it to you, but it means absolutely nothing. There's no history of it in your memory. There's nothing in your training. It just is.
Okay.
It's something that you just see. Now, it's very runic as I'm drawing it. And really, it's just
I want to see.
Okay.
okay.
No.
But on the sides here, you see that formation, but it's very glowing.
Yeah.
Not too bright where you can't make out the lines.
Okay.
But the lines themselves are glowing, almost like there's a fire embedded behind the lines. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, and way later, maybe, that insignia will make way more sense.
Okay.
So, to everyone, actually. So you see that, and he's smiling at you. He's like, how was the drink?
It was interesting.
I'm told it lets you see things. Like, special things.
I kind of chuckled to myself a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Is that so?
Take a look around. You might be surprised.
I will look around.
Okay. You look around and you see. Roll me an Arcana check.
Oh.
Hey,
Just gonna start seeing everybody's spirit animal again.
Oh God.
Can I put my hand on her shoulder, and as she's looking around, be like, you know, you probably became a sheriff because of your really good instincts. Trust your instincts. I'm gonna use guidance.
ooh.
Ooh.
And guidance adds
A D4.
a D4.
D4.
Thank goodness.
It's a 1.
10.
A 10.
10.
Okay. So what you know about schools of magic, there are runes hidden on the casks and all around the walls. It's almost as if this building and
Mhm.
everything in it that's not a person is protected by some sort of like secret magic symbol.
Okay.
That's what you're getting the vibe of.
Yeah.
But you don't know what school it is, you don't know fuck all. It's just like, that's a lot of fucking scribbles on everything. As you're looking around, Wayfarer and Verna, I need you to roll stealth check.
Oh, stealth.
Oh man, I got disadvantage.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on this one. Okay, better.
That's
Bless
still
you.
a +2.
Thank you.
9.
Deception.
A 9? Okay.
15 for me.
15. Perfect. As you're looking around, you're seeing all the things. Your two companions that were with you,
Mhm.
one has a, call it like a cowl or like a back border of like sunlight or rays of sunshine coming from behind them. Their eyes themselves are glowing pretty bright. You do see this turning wheel that looks like rays of light moving in front of their chest, but there's something off about it. Almost like there's just maybe like an eclipse in this ring of light. Like as the vibrance of light is from behind their head, this in front of their chest is a little muted.
Okay.
Now, when you look at Wayfarer, you literally see nothing. Like, he's there, but there's a great deal of void, like, even, like, kind of bleeding over his shoulders. It's almost like he's stepping into a shadow, but he's just standing there.
I assume she's looking at us pretty intently as she sees these things, right?
Yeah, but she's looking at you like an investigator is scanning the scene of a crime.
Like
Okay.
she's kind of, she really has. I mean, I assume she'd been doing that almost the entire time, kind of thing. Then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's not unlike what she has been doing regardless. I'm Batman. Now, Myrna, I assume you finished the orange?
Yeah. I was
Okay.
kind of nibbling on it, and now I'm finished.
All right. You feel pretty fucking good after eating that orange. The smell of the clove and cinnamon hitting you, kind of just, and with the citrus, it really gives you like a sense of like, well, like a nice home. But with that bolster in your chest, really, tell
Paulson looks at you and says, "How was that? Did you like that?
Very much, actually.
Here, let me And he fills around and pulls out the sack, pretty lumpy, and says, "I put 5 of them in there for you. Now, why don't you take that?
Oh, thank you.
Now, use them wisely, okay?"
I'm sure I will.
By the way, Marina, you have +2 to your Constitution saving throws for the next hour,
Poggers.
and you feel your immune system bolstered to such heights, you're immune to poisons and toxins for the next hour. You're kind of immune to all of this alcohol in the air, and it's almost a laughing matter. It's kind of just this bright exuberance, like, I'm above this.
How long will these oranges last before I need to eat them?
Well, they're self-contained. I'd say about a week and a half. They're not protected by anything by any means, and if you keep them cool and fresh, I'd say they last probably a lot longer, but you're kind of in the middle of spring, so...
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much. They were very delicious.
Yeah, of course.
Delicious.
I make a pretty good citrus ale with that.
Almost would try it, but I've got a rule against alcohol, so...
That's why
Why does that rule exist with you?
Physical reasons, we'll say.
I
Don't want
just
to
have
get...
to say, every D&D group's got one.
I do not abide by the air.
Not wrong. So maybe I could come back, break that rule once every long while. So
I feel like breaking that rule breaking that rule would be a far cry for you, for your livelihood. You know, the world is filled with beautiful things, and you can see a lot of them.
well, right now
His cheeks start to get like flushed a little bit.
right now we're on duty, in theory. We're trying to find information, and you're getting drunk. So.
Well, to be fair, I mean, you probably think I was already drunk when I was talking to goats.
Talking about that, I'm like tipping the last little drop of one of the drinks. We're on duty. What?
You're buzzed. You're not drunk. And Wayfarer actually rolled just enough. He's not drunk. He's buzzed. The only person who's getting like the good effects of whatever it is that they need to get is Mira.
So hyped for that poison immunity.
So, what are you protecting this place from?
Oh, drunks, of course.
So, a lot of
That's the
squiggles.
drunks working for you.
What's that?
I thought the drunks worked for you. I mean, the ones out front seem very happy to be drunk. I see no reason for someone to come in here upset.
That's why I protect this place. I want to make sure that no one comes through upset. Nothing worse than a bad drunk.
Even the Fae?
The what?
The Fae. Well, I mean, there's the whole goat problem. There's Fae targeting goats, but I mean, who knows? Maybe one time they'll come for your booze as well.
I'd like to see them try.
So you're not scared of them?
No. I'm kind of part Fae.
See, but that's the thing. If you're part Fae, that would make this whole ordeal a bit easier. Finding out the Fae that took the goat and figuring out that was an imp. I'm still very confused on the fact that how no one's making this a big deal and how it should be. The mayor says the land was blessed by the Fae, but even then, the Fae seem to be causing him problems.
I'm still with the plan. We just sit there until night.
I mean, it really just depends on the Fae, right? Some Fae are pretty jovial, pretty fun. Other Fae are pretty cold, you know?
At the end of the day, they come back to this whole idea of trying to mess with people, whether it be jovially or with malicious intent. Their whole deal is to mess with people, and I can't see how at least these goats are being harmed. And this is your mayor. Is this not a concern to you? Are you only going to worry about if it comes for your shop?
I think the mayor's got his own dealings. Although this nice little valley is blessed by magics older than anyone here. I think that really to discover what kind of, I guess, Fae, as you're calling it, or might not even be Fae, might be something completely different. Really, it's just a lot of hearsay and speculation and a lot of stories, ghost stories, and I couldn't tell you if it was the drunk ramblings of one of my clients just talking out of their ass. A lot of things happen, right, that we just can't explain. A lot of things happen here that I can't explain. Hell, half the shit in my bar I can't even explain. But I can tell you, nothing is ever as it seems. There's always two sides to a fucking coin. And 3, if you're not in good company, have good spirits.
It's giving me a lot to think about.
The good spirits part, that's alcohol, right? Spirits.
As he listens astrally.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. Did I see anything else while I'm having weird psychedelic buzz?
I think it's been about 5 minutes, and then it starts to wear off.
Okay.
Well, not drastically. You start to see things fade away.
So I'm curious, what is your relationship like with your dear mayor?
I'm never in debt with him.
Is that a good or bad thing?
Oh, it's a great thing. Lots of people around here are in debt to Berrybug.
That's a bragging.
Does Berrybug give the debt out as in sort of good light and trying to help a friend, or does he give it out knowing the fact that they won't repay their debt?
Well, lots of people end up paying the debts in one way or another. Whether it be short term, long term, depends on the debt. And really just depends on how much they bet in the beginning.
All right, I forgot. You guys are gamblers.
And I'm happy to say I'm never in debt with the mayor.
You get deliveries from him often?
Pardon?
The packages I see people running around. You got one today, didn't you?
Oh, possibly. I wasn't expecting anything today.
Do you usually expect something? Does the mayor announce when he's going to deliver things?
No. Sometimes it's just the blessings of his bounty. A lot of it's just leftovers from his lunches and dinners, which I think is kind of condescending, being like, look at me and look at what I have. But to be honest, they're not terrible tasting, and it's nice of him to do so as a power move, I guess. But the things he sends me, it's really just leftover code. Sometimes my barkeeps, people that are tending my casks and things, they're the ones that eat the food.
Is that all you get from him?
A few laughs.
Not my place to ask, really, anyway.
Well, he is a terrible drunk.
Oh, is that why he smokes so often?
Oh, he can outsmoke anybody under the table. I mean, but that's his crop.
And it's so weird too. He's so small. You wouldn't expect someone with such a small body to be able to do such a feat.
Well, I think it's more of a tolerance, but him being as short as he is, I mean, look at me. I can drink anyone under the table. It's just one of our jobs and our tasks and our preference. So I'm a drinker, he's a smoker, and he can't hold his liquor, I can't hold my smoke.
I found over the years that drinkers seem to be running from things. What is Berrybuck running from?
Well, I'm drunk right now. I'm not running from shit. If anything, I'm just running my mouth. But
Still running.
Berrybuck,
As he looks around, people happy, people drinking.
let me step into the back. Would you like a drink while we step back?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Fine.
I'll take the citrusy thing you mentioned when you were speaking to her with the oranges. She seemed to really enjoy them, so I want to try what they taste like.
Absolutely. And for you, how about something not eye-related?
That would be preferred.
How about port on a stormy night?
Sounds good.
Pours you a ginger ale and spiced rum over the rocks. Pours you a spiced orange ale. And for Marina, he hands a mug of clear spring water.
Thank you.
I don't want to leave you hanging.
And you all follow him to the back room. Now, in the meantime, Silas.
Silas has been just throwing sparks.
Silas is throwing sparks. Now, you look around and the goats are enamored, as they are. But then you hear a low bleat. And it sounds grumpy, sounds old. And they stop being enamored. And they almost, like a command, walk away from you.
Was it Bartholomew?
Well, if you look around, you sure as shit see Bartholomew looking at you.
Was he the one that made the noise?
Hard to say.
So is Bartholomew currently the only one looking towards me?
Yes, and the other goats are moving towards the back, where the pens were.
Bartholomew in my way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to sidestep around Bartholomew and follow the goats towards the pins.
Every step you make, his head is in your direction, and he's moving to block you.
I'm going to minor illusion, make a bleating sound. 15 foot behind to the opposite side of the pins, and try to get his attention.
Rest in peace.
You see his eye. Okay, give me a perception check.
It's bad. Perception? That's
Have inspiration.
That's a 6.
Oof.
Uh-oh.
He blinks, and you see him lower his head slightly. Almost like he didn't bother with that sound.
Okay. How far are the other goats?
They're making, the last of them are making their way to the back of the house. The only one you can clearly see that's not part of the herd flock is Layla.
to do with you.
You hear a low sound. It's almost like it's it's garbled. You hear. Give me a second.
Go ahead, grab
Gotta
your
find the
throat.
voice. Gotta find the voice.
Get the massages in.
I don't like magic for my people.
Same.
The fuck was it?
Down here, you oaf.
Bartholomew?
Yeah.
What the fuck? The goat's just
Just a bit of fun.
What?
I said it's just a bit of fun.
They have been tricked. Enough.
So, do you want to tell me what has been attacking your people?
Survive once, lamb, and I'll tell you.
What else do we have to lose? As he's coming, I'm casting shield.
Ah. Okay.
So
Okay.
that puts my AC up pretty good.
Giga Chad.
22 AC.
Okay. All right. I need you to give me a. Well, you're just standing there and taking it, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Just trying to stay conscious.
Oh god.
You said your AC is 22? Okay. I need you to give me a strength saving throw at least.
Natural fucking 20! I'll take a picture.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. So,
Silent beats are rooted.
as you like stay there, lock heads with him, his horns buck against your head, and he, like, you feel this sort of like it's almost like a tap at the back of your head, and then these memories start flashing through your skull, almost like they're your memories. You see, it feels like the span of 100 years knocked in just an instant. What you do see is recently. You see the taxidermist begging forgiveness to Layla, telling Bartholomew, explaining to Bartholomew that this needs to happen to protect the other goats from the fiend pretending to be Fae. She gives Layla a tincture or a sort of vial to relax her throat, and punctures the throat with this long metal barb. She looks to Bartholomew and begs forgiveness. Bartholomew nods. You see the vision nodding.
God.
Now, as Cordelia walks away, there's another person there. This person is, well, they're wearing robes, but the robes have lots of pockets, lots of little glass bottles in these pockets, and lots of herbs kind of coming from underneath them, or at least on the inside of the coat or these robes. And this person leans down, and they don't have a face. They don't have a face. I mean, it's a blurry, dark, shadowy mess. But you see their hands. Their hands are coated with dirt, and their nails are, well, trimmed by natural means of just digging in the dirt a lot. And they hand Bartholomew what looks like moss and mushrooms. hands it to Bartholomew, and you taste them almost immediately as he's eating this blend. And that's when you feel like you feel a tightness in your throat and in your chest, almost as if claustrophobia is just starting to really take hold of you, as if you're strangling but still able to breathe, and just getting to that motion where you can find, and you feel like that constantly. And you hear this voice that's even mumbled, almost as if there's 2 or 3 voices talking at the same time. You hear, "Don't worry, Bartholomew. This will only last a little bit. It's for your safety. You need to stay protected." And that's when the memories stop. Bartholomew unlocks his head from yours. It says,
"Now you understand just what I know."
I think I'm more confused now than I was before. The taxidermist Cordelia did this to you?
Blame.
Did this to Layla? And also to Jaina?
Yes.
So they put you to sleep when these attacks come.
The older ones. Yes. I am the last.
I will do what I can for your flock.
They protect from the thing that eats us.
These herbs do?
Yes, masking us. The pin in Jaina's throat. It's protected the land from it.
And without
The
the pit.
pin is gone.
Interesting. I do not remember where the pin ended up. Did Cordelia take it with her? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we will hopefully not need the pin if we can get rid of this fiend in a more direct manner.
It comes tonight.
And that is why I have not left. The others are willful, apparently. Easily distracted.
They listen to me. I am their elder.
That is good. Well, I'm not going anywhere. The other few people that were here, my dog is going to be annoying now. She barks at me when I make funny voices sometimes. The others will hopefully come back before nightfall. But I am not leaving this place until the deed is done.
Beware the berrybuck boy.
The berrybuck boy. I thought he only had a daughter. Or the son was dead. I'm remembering notes, not what I was a part of. Never mind, sorry.
I was like, I'm not going to answer that.
Yeah. We will keep our eyes out for the berrybuck boy.
He turns and walks away. Trots away, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, we're following you.
Interesting. Just holding my dagger now.
You're holding your dagger?
Yeah, just uneasy, alone.
You hear a puff of smoke being exhaled.
I haven't heard that old goat speak in quite some time.
Oh,
I forgot.
shit.
Sounded so grumbly, so low.
Is it Berrybuck or Berrybuck Minor?
That southern drawl cannot be confused for anyone else but the man himself.
Hey, draw can be inherited by blood. You never know.
Not that draw. Not that draw.
He's hitting his pipe.
You are aware that they could talk then, and you were talking like our companion was imbecile.
Like I said to you and your friends, some cards I keep close to the chest.
Some information would be handy when you're trying to, prevent your goats from being slaughtered. But fair.
This is the first time we've met. If Bartholomew wanted to speak to you, so be it. But I'm not about to let loose the secrets of my manor.
Is it all the goats that can talk then? Or just
So far, just that old goat. He did mention my son.
He did mention your son. Why should we beware your son?
The death of my son was as sudden and as sad as a stormy night. That night, we seem to have lost favor from this Fey touchland. Something came from those woods. We can't explain. We don't rightfully know. But myself and 3 others have been keeping it at bay with new knowledge and new tricks. Well, these tricks are starting to lose their effects.
It probably would have saved a lot of hassle if you just told us the barb was in Jaina for protection, but,
I did not know that.
So Cordelia just comes and stabs your goats without your knowledge?
It was news to me as it was to you.
Good to know.
Yes.
Did you hear the whole conversation then?
Just the last bit.
So are you able to identify this person with the robes and the herbs coming out from under with the glass vials and things?
That would be the herbalist.
And what would the herbalist's name be?
I think you'd want to go introduce yourself before I let loose any more names.
Why are you so stingy with information from someone that you're trying to hire to help you?
You haven't got the job done.
I have been here for an hour. And besides, this thing comes at nightfall.
I think the paranoia of the night to be is quite a busy night.
Indeed.
You'd have to forgive me. Please hold.
Holding.
Mm-hmm.
The regular scheduled broadcast is now entering commercials. Please hold and enjoy these following messages.
No.
Have you ever wanted a trip chicken shits? Try our new bloody eye patch.
If you really want to have a good time, try the cheese.
Oh, if you really want to have a good time, you got to double up on the cheese. You know, get some of that orange swirl with red lines. Take them both at the same time. Woo-wee! I heard it doesn't even, you don't even orgasm immediately.
That sounds like
It's
you're just trying to OD.
constantly tenting up. You're constantly getting pent up until finally 12 hours later, it just all comes out and your life force just leaves you.
You're trying to OD on cheese.
Yeah, I'm trying to OD on Halstead cheese. That's the way Wayfarer's gonna die. He's gonna come to Halstead and fucking like bring me all your cheese.
Okay. Okay.
Did you lose something, or are you messaging me something?
I'm going to message you something.
Okay.
Ooh, secrets.
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 That alcohol, though. It's always Caitlin that gets to see into the ethereal plane.
Right. It's just the theme across all
It's psychedelic drink.
Good to know. Yeah.
He puffs out some smoke and he's staring right at you, locking eyes while you're hearing this.
Your daughter did mention this person to me when she came out. She said that she's capable of making dead things dance.
He taps out the ashes from his pipe and fills it back in with a new pouch. Lights it back up and there are lots of tales and rumors. Like I said, you might want to take a good look yourself. Figure out what you see.
But then I might have to leave your flock unattended, as the others have all absconded to wherever they may be. For all I know, they're at an inn getting drunk.
Well, down the road at the fork, hit the right. You will come up to the herbalist shop before you hit the brewers, but you cannot miss the brewers with that racket. Should you be so interested to find your companions.
Good to know. I would try to keep Bartholomew safe. He is a precious gem.
He's a lot of things, and maybe one day you'll find out what he really is.
He is definitely an interesting creature.
That he is. Been in my family for quite some time.
Did you have any knowledge of the reason why your village may have fallen out of favor with this agreement with the Fae? Anything that may have happened?
I don't rightfully know. See, the deal was struck before I was even born.
Do you know what this deal was?
Any contract or paperwork on it is long lost or buried somewhere.
If there was a contract for protection, surely you were paying something. Well, it was supposed to be.
Or a trade has already been struck and gone.
Like the firstborn of every generation or something?
Well, I am the only child of my father, so no.
Probably wouldn't skip a generation. Good information nonetheless. Your goat can hit like a ox.
Like a truck. Like, what, pray tell, is a truck?
It's what we call the ox in
Yeah.
Sometimes we forget we're in the first age, alright?
Yeah. Man, that train is going crazy. What's a fucking train?
I usually have to think about that when I've been writing books. It's like, I'll say something or compare it to something, and I'm like,
Wait a minute, that doesn't exist. Unless I want it to.
we now have trains.
Planes and automobiles.
As Langston drew his sword, Percival clocked his Glock.
Pow!
Jackie Chan flew down from a fireball. What is happening in this story? I don't know, but I'm intrigued.
I don't know.
Bartholomew can hit like an ox for certain.
Well, he is an ornery bastard. But I have preparations to make.
Big night, you said.
We are hosting a game here.
Who, pray tell, attends these games?
A few of the townsfolk. And, well, me and my 3 companions, most trusted.
So you won't be far.
Not at all.
That's good. I'm interested to see where this all ends up, because you already have companions of yours that you seem to trust that are doing things that you're unaware of behind your back.
I have my own dealings that they are not present for sometimes as well.
To do with their businesses?
Yes.
It's a strange village you're in then.
A lot of trust has been made. A lot of dealings in the dark. But dealings that, if gone back on, would mean death.
Let us
So
hope
the
that
stakes-
trust was not ill-founded.
The stakes are high, if you got the coin.
Oh shit.
I want to make an insight if he really trusts these people or not.
Go for it.
There's a quick interjection. That quote was pretty fucking badass. I ain't gonna hold you.
That is a 14.
You don't know.
Fair. What time is it?
Just past noon. More along the lines of you've been fucking around with the goats for quite some time. Your companion just left about 20, 30 minutes ago. It doesn't take long to get around this village. I'd say it's about 1:30.
Let me to go see if I can find these jackasses.
The donkeys?
The companions of mine that have all absconded to wherever they go.
Fair enough.
It seems that I'm the only one that remembers that we're supposed to stay here and protect the goats.
Things don't happen until nightfall. You have plenty of time to do your investigations and questions.
Things don't happen until nightfall yet.
Things are always happening. But I don't need to tell you that.
We'll see what we can find.
So where are you headed?
the what the fuck was the name of the barn house.
Okay. All right. So as you're on your way to the barn house, let's take a.
I was about to do it as well. I was waiting for the guys to be like, let's go back to Meredith. I was waiting for that shit.
Interesting. See,
Every single time it comes back to Meredith, whoever she's with, it's just.
It's just a sunshine ray. So you're in the back room, and while you're here, it looks like there's a big round table. There are 4 seats. Each seat seems to be fitted for a particular person. There seem to be 2 smaller seats, and one is at the head of what would be the head of a round table, like the furthest from the door opening. And then 2 more taller sized chairs. But on the walls, there are these, what's it called? Wooden scrolls, each slant etched on with Gnomish. They're all over, almost like as if it's just nailed on wallpaper, but it looks like it's like text or stories or something that's Gnomish. So unless you speak Gnomish, you have no idea what the fuck's going on. So he sets you back, and there's a candelabra on the round table, and
Okay, I'm gonna have a seat at my chair. Oh, I didn't think about this. Well,
I raised my hand. It's fine. I'll sit on the floor.
well, suit yourself, I guess.
and he gets his chair that seems to be just fitted for him, and sits down.
Well, what exactly are you inquiring about?
Well, I thought maybe you could help me solve a riddle.
Okay.
What does a brewer, an herbalist, a taxidermist, and a gambler all have in common?
We're best of friends.
So it would seem.
I'll whisper over to Miranda while he's thinking. She seems really good at her job.
Could say, yeah. I'm not much of a peaceful interrogator.
But like all she did was say like a few words, and now he's still silent.
Just kind of nod and keep watching.
What is your curiosity with the 4 of us, really?
You just all seem very interconnected.
Good friends can be. I assume that's a little hard to understand given your profession.
Dang.
Yeah, we don't keep friends long in my profession.
Well, uncovering a lot of dirt when you're looking for it. That's like going into a field and looking for the weeds. You're going to find some, pluck it out. That doesn't mean it's a bad field.
Well, you have goats dying in your field. That's kind of bad.
Not my field.
Well, and also if the weeds do stay there, there's a chance for them to grow and become uncontrollable.
Which is why tending to any garden, like a friend garden, is very important. One needs to water the garden and tend to it, pull the weeds and make sure that things are trimmed and corrected at precise times. But one need not trample the garden to know where one's place is. Sometimes it's just nice to sit and enjoy the fact that you're growing poisonous herbs by accident. I, for one, am more of a fan of nightshades as they, well, you can really brew a lot of really cool shit with nightshades.
Embalming fluid?
Yes.
I mean, I guess what really confuses me also about just the friendship intertwined is for a brief moment I saw an exchange between the taxidermist and the mayor, and despite you guys insisting you're friends, there seems to be like a disconnection between you all. There's a mutual understanding, and you guys mutually respect each other in their ways, but you guys are so secretive. You'd expect friends to be upfront with each other. After all, with secrets comes lies, and with lies come bad will, bad faith. I find it's amazing to me the fact that you guys have stuck so close together while each harboring your own secrets, own intentions, but still almost putting up a face in front of each other. You guys are accomplished gamblers, which means you guys are accomplished liars.
Where that can be the presumption, I'd like to wager that this dance of secrecy may be more of a show for people around that aren't familiar with our terms. This act, as I'm assuming, this seeming dance of secrecy, was this in front of you? And why would these good friends with all of these dealings be open about our progress and our business in front of strangers that we don't know? You get a stumbling drunk. Just saying, you get a stumbling drunk in with enough liquor, and out come the secrets. We're all pretty good about keeping our heads out of the clouds, despite the mayor blowing them often.
If you guys are all such good friends, and these dealings would seem to be an act for the public because you don't want them to know what goes on behind it, I mean, oh, very confusing, especially when one has a problem that seems to be bugging them a lot.
Let me ask you this, dark, tall, and handsome. What's your name?
Oh, I am the Wayfarer.
Okay, my name is Tali. You don't actually have a name, do you?
Marina
You
just
muted.
stared him.
No, Wayfarer just kind of doesn't really find a response. He kind of opens his mouth to say something, but doesn't come out. He stays silent.
See, the funny thing is that you reek of Fey magic. More importantly, you reek of Fey binding. Now, the four of us in this village are Fey touched in one way or another. We're very familiar with this. So this rumor that there is a angry Fey coming to take the blessings of the land away, well, that's horseshit. We are trying to keep the peace. So, if the rumor is that some Fey has run rampant and stolen the blessings of the land, and we're just trying to get one goat out of the way every month to make sure that this blessing helps, then why not? But if everyone knew the dark secrets that really plague the land, we would have no farmers here. So we keep shit secret, and we keep quiet. That's why you never hear anything happening from anywhere ever unless it hits the fan. which is why we hire people like you, which is why anyone hires anyone like you, investigating and trying to solve a problem, because we are too busy making sure people don't fucking panic. I keep people drunk, Mayor keeps people high, Herbalist keeps people healthy, and the taxidermist, well, she's just fucking creepy. But it's easy to remember that you happily stay ignorant. That's all. And that's why the four of us are the way we are.
I see. Held
You
by a
want-
bigger responsibility of keeping the peace.
You wanted the truth? Looks over to you. Investigator?
What exactly are you keeping the peace from?
There is something dark and sinister in this area that comes quite often. More so than what was in that little pamphlet. But we don't know what the fuck it is. The scary thing is that we know what it looks like. And Barry Buck can tell you exactly what it looks like.
Why is that?
Because it looks just like his kiddo.
His dead son?
Well, tack on a few arms. Maybe the rib cage on the outside. And his face almost stretched and distorted. Bloodied even. Yeah, kind of looks like his kid. If you turn the spider inside out.
He said his son died. He never said how.
Yeah.
Did he actually die and then start coming back and terrorizing your town?
Well, what do you know about funguses?
What do I know about funguses?
Yeah. Give me.
Does she know that they can cause you to trip balls?
Give me a nature check.
Nature check? Okay. Wait a minute, what is my oh plus 0?
What is my +0?
Can't even read that. Oh, it's an 8.
Yeah, you should ink them.
It's an 8.
Okay. You know fuck all.
I know fuck all about fungus.
Okay.
I know nothing.
You should really ask the herbalist at this point, because my expertise is really making the napalm.
What? Okay. Son is dead-ish. His daughter's still alive. What became of Mrs. Berrybuck?
She died in childbirth. But Berrybuck really doesn't talk about
tragic.
that kind of thing. I mean, who does?
I don't happen to know anything about the boarded up room in his home, maybe.
That was his kiddo's room. Look, I'm only being honest with you about this kind of shit because I want to get this matter settled as quickly as possible. Berrybuck's a little stone out of his fucking gourd. The taxidermist, well, she's excommunicated. And the herbalist, well, the herbalist is really the only one that knows much of anything that's going really on here. But when you meet the herbalist, you'll understand.
When do you all, when does your gambling start?
Hour past nightfall?
Okay. I
Let's
have
see.
some investigating I need to do.
If you're going to join the gambling, you need to have an inn. How much coin do you have on you? Because you sure as shit don't have crops.
I have. He's gonna start looking through his bag. 12 pieces of gold.
Looks over to you. Marina.
I've got 7, but I don't think I'm going to be gambling.
Looks over to you.
I think I might have other business to attend to tonight. Secrets to uncover and all.
You're gonna get the most secrets out if you join the gambling den.
Those are the secrets they want me to find.
You'd be surprised in what you gamble out. Secrets and now information is actually kind of the stuff that we gamble on. Secrets. Like I said, I am never in debt with the mayor.
Say that you guys gamble on information. So is this just a game of asking questions and getting answers? Or do you guys put money on the line for, actual, you want funds?
Well, money to get started, but once you hit our table, that's when we know money is not really going to help it. We have the money. What we don't have is the information, the stories, the secrets. That's what we gamble on. But once they're ours, they're ours.
How much do you guys know then? If we were to put it in numbers in a way, or
how much do I know? Let's just say I'm pretty good at reading people.
You said you need an in to get into this gambling den.
Yes.
Is there any way one can acquire one?
Looks at his wall.
Why don't you grab one of those scrolls?
I'll stand up, Wayfair will stand up, walk over, and when he looked up, do I see which scroll he looked at? Specifically?
If there are 7 scrolls to your left, he looked at the 4th from the left.
Then I will grab the 4th from the left.
You grab it, and as soon as you grab it, it wraps around your forearm.
You didn't tell me it was alive.
Oh, it's not alive. It's a contract.
Okay. Is it tight? Is it like, does it feel like it's tightening my, does it feel like it's stopping blood flow, or is it just kind of like an extra layer of skin?
It's snug, it's not firm, it's not tight, it's not cutting off any circulation.
Okay.
But it's like a wooden armband at this point.
And I want to know one more thing about these gambling dens. Well, with regulars, especially with all the secrets between you guys, it seems normal on like how the information will be exchanged. But if, let's say, an outsider were to come in, how does one play? How do I know there's anything you want to know from me? Because I have secrets I want to know from the mayor, but I don't know if I'll be able to play because I don't know if he wants anything from me in return. What's the point of gambling if I have nothing to give but money, and you seem to have enough of that?
See, the thing is, everyone has a story to tell. Everyone has information, and when we get our information, we pluck it from your head, and that becomes ours.
So you take memories.
Bingo.
Well, thank you. I'm going to step outside for a minute. I'll hopefully see you at the gambling den.
You need to know the terms of your contract.
That's true. I forgot how much you Faye like the contracts.
I'm only part Faye. Don't insult me. So, rule number 1. I'm going to give you a name. You like to be called the Wayfarer. Well, that's all dark, spooky, and broody, but you need something that people are going to call you just on a whim. In fact, I'm going to call you, I'm going to give you your first real name. A name that can't be taken from you. And that's what this contract will do, protect you. This name that I'm going to give you, I'm going to let you choose. But you have 10 seconds to come up with a name.
Warren.
What?
Warren.
I like it.
It's my grandpa's name.
Warren Wayfarer. Perfect. Now, Warren. Second term,
Now, as you say Warren, the name Warren is etched in your language of choice on the band.
It's etched in common.
Like everything else is gnomish, but there's this blank slate where it says Warren. Warren Wayfarer.
Second, Warren. Now, this is more my choosing, so I apologize. You cannot tell anyone outside of this room about this contract. Now, 3. Until you figure out what exactly and help us defeat what exactly is hurting this land, you can't leave until the job is done, or you die.
I want to know more about what you mean by this name is protected.
It can't be taken from you. Not this time.
What? How? I don't even know how it was taken away from me the first time. How come now, because you claimed it won't be taken, it won't be taken?
My contracts are never broken.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Is 19. 12 plus 7.
Yep. There's a sense of regality in his tone. There is an assurance and a confidence, but you don't know where it's from. He could just be on his ass, but there's this, don't worry, I got you.
After that night, I told myself I wasn't going to trust another Fae, but it seemed the only way for me to figure out what happened is to trust Fae once more.
Isn't it ironic?
It's ironic and I dislike it greatly, but if it's a contract, I will trust you.
Now, hey, Sunshine.
Hold on. Zilg. Yes.
I got a job for you. In fact, I will pay you for this job.
I'd hope you would.
I have an interest in keeping Warren here alive. I need you to bodyguard. Now, see, the sheriff is going to do their own investigations all around, and I'm sure they're not going to want to join the gambling den, not like Warren here. But you, although you don't have to join, I do need you to watch their ass.
How much? What would I be getting? Whether money or something else? Or your memories or whatever.
Would you prefer money or would you prefer a weapon?
I think a weapon. What kind of weapon? That's a big factor.
Well, I've got a few lingering around. what's your preferred kind of weapon? Are you more of a shooter? Are you a hands-on kind of gal?
Hands-on with something that has some kind of staff pull, like, what would you call it?
Like a flail?
No, like a quarterstaff or a glaive where it's two-handed. That's what I'm more going for.
Interesting. I had never pegged you for someone that needed the reach. But then again, I'm short, so...
Reach or not, just want to hold it with two hands.
I mean, you can carry me around. I'm joking.
You want me to? I'm going to stand up.
he
I'm kidding.
he sees you. He looks up. He's like,
Okay. A staff with a blade at the end. You said a glaive?
A glaive would work.
I think I can requisition one for you. Tell you what. Accept this deal. Be his bodyguard. I'll make sure you have your preferred weapon before the night starts.
Okay. Deal.
I need you to grab that scroll.
as he points to the one just left of the one that Warren grabbed.
I'm going to grab it with my left hand.
Now, it jumps, like as you do, it leaves your grip, moves up, and then slaps your hand, almost like embedding your handprint, and leaves off, and you see in a burnt etch your handprint, and goes back to the wall.
Perfect. Thank you. And I will keep my end of the bargain, I promise you. My deal is law.
You seem very based on bargaining and deals, so you'd better keep your promise.
I don't really have an option. Well, investigator, is that all the information you can do for me?
This creature that comes and attacks, same time, different time, only at night, at day.
Usually around midnight, 1 a.m.
Okay. You said an hour after sunset is when your little gambling session starts?
Yeah.
That'll be enough time.
Oh, plenty. Which is why I offered you guys to join the games, at least. We usually end before midnight. I mean, a lot of us are farmers here.
And where is this den located exactly?
I'd ask the mayor. But, again, you're going to need an investigator. They don't really let cops partake.
Oh, that's quite all right. As I said, I have other matters to attend to tonight.
Well, if you find your way in, I see you, and somehow you get in, I look forward to playing a game or two with you.
I think I'll keep the secrets in my head. Thank you very much.
He winks. Well, you're free to go.
Where is this gamble den going to take place?
Oh, at the mayor's.
Just go to the mayor's, show him the inn, and we'll get guided towards it, or is there like a specific location I have to go in the mayor's manor?
Just make sure you have that armband on you. And, well, it's not going to come off until I see you later. But it's usually after dinner.
I'm going to push away from the table and stand up. You might track that secret room door in the corner of the house. And I'll start walking away.
And as you say that, he catches you and says,
Good job, investigator.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna follow behind Meredith.
I'll be the last one out then, and as I'm like walking out the door, this glaive or whatever you give me, quarterstaff or glaive, better be worth it.
You know, I don't know. This weapon will be worth it, so long as you keep him alive. If he dies, you'll regret it.
I think I'm beginning to assume death if he dies. So
There
gonna
are
take it.
There are things far worse than death. Kind of like being a magicless sun elf.
I like it.
You learn to like it because you have to. But
You don't know the weight of the words you say, Marina.
It's almost like he's saying this as if he knows something about you. Deep and dark.
You know,
He did
deep
say-
dark.
He did say that you learn to read people pretty easily.
Mm-hmm. I'll kind of look at him and then just walk out.
Mm-hmm.
toodaloo.
And the door shuts behind you, whether you close it or not. Let's take a 10-minute break before we go over
Oh my god.
Ah!
before going to Witherbloom.
So, I just gotta say, I didn't need a spell and I can talk to goats.
I didn't know ritual.
Did you talk to goats or did Bartholomew talk to you?
Same damn difference.
You make your way over to the barn house.
Yes. Go
But,
inside and see Gersted.
Now, Gersted is not inside the barn house. But the other rooms the doors are open. Everything's cleaned. There's no food on the tables. But you do hear some grunting, swinging, chopping outside.
I'm gonna go see him.
You do find Gersted chopping wood.
Hello, Gersted.
Oh. Hey.
I'm looking for the elf that eats like a hog. The weird dude that sits on the floor, and the sheriff that likes to sit in dark corners.
Am I for the new? Been here out for the last hour.
Okay. I'm gonna look around at how much wood is there.
It's quite a bit.
A bit.
I'd say him doing it himself, he's got another hour's worth of work.
I need to try to find them for this bounty job. I do feel bad about the wood that went missing, I guess. So I do plan on paying you for the room when I do get paid for this, if we survive.
That's kind of you. Honestly, if you want to help me out, and, not chopping wood, to be fair, I do have a small request.
What could I do for you?
Aye. Other than the four of you, there was a small group that seemed to be almost adjacent to your little band. they're, I don't trust them. Yeah, I cleaned their room, and their room's quite clean. Cleaner than, well, the beds were almost as if they weren't slept in, and they're,
Did you clean the room instead of Gertie?
aye,
Is there a reason for that?
well, making the beds and that.
Ah,
Gertie's more of a, duster.
okay. What are these individuals? What do they look like?
Well, I think they're from over the hill. How familiar are you with the area?
Not entirely familiar. I come from, I think, southeast.
Well,
If I remember my directions right, it was southeast, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
If you go directly east, over the hills, just outside Halstead, there's a small land called Montegas. And I think this group is from Mother Saraz. I see it's, well, the bit of sadness that I don't trust Mother Saraz. Well, that's just me, though.
Does that name sound familiar to me at all?
Yeah, she's the, I guess, arch cleric of the Grand Temple of Montegas. She's also known as Mother Saraz.
Is there reasoning behind that, or just a feeling?
It's a feeling. It's not that I don't fear the gods. I just like to keep my business mine.
There's plenty like you, I'm sure.
Quite, I'm sure.
The people, do you have any sort of descriptions or names?
3 of them are human. Got 2 female and 1 male. The 4th one, skin dark, almost like a grey, and well, the 3 humans, they were all fair skinned. One female had blue eyes, the other female had brown eyes, dark hair. The female with blue eyes had blonde hair. The male had sort of a reddish brown, say like an auburn. He had brown eyes as well, bit freckly. Stood maybe 6'1", 6'2". Females, 5'6". The other 5'5", 5'4". We shorter. This dark-skinned one, the grey one, hard to make really. His features were sharp, high cheekbones, pointed chin.
Well, her ears
when he
pointed.
talked-
Well, her ears pointed.
It was, I think it was a male. I want to say it was a male. Like I said, strong, sharp features. I couldn't make of the ears. They were covered. They had a cowl, a hood that raised above their head a bit. And they wore long robes.
All of them? Or just
Yes.
the... Okay. What color were the robes?
Black. With a white trim.
I'll keep my eyes out for them.
Alright.
If they give you any problems, let me know.
The humans didn't have their hoods, just the dark one. But I will say this, the most distinguished feature, not the skin itself, but when they spoke, very masculine, very dark, very in their chest diaphragm, they had pointed teeth, like file down almost.
Pointed teeth.
Mm.
Does Drow have pointed teeth? Would Silas
Roll.
realistically know this?
Roll me a.
Don't worry about it, he doesn't know. I rolled a 3.
Okay. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't rightfully.
Hang on, I'll be back in a second.
I'll keep my eyes out.
Alright. Thank you, I appreciate it.
No problem. I think I need to go see the taxidermist for a moment.
Alright. She should be in her shop.
Aye. As soon as I get paid, I'll be seeing you.
Just keep me posted on those whereabouts of the floor in Court Square, eh?
Sounds good to me.
Deal. Have a good one, sir.
As he starts to pick up a log and line it up.
I'll start heading
Poor
to
guy.
the taxidermist and keep my eye out for 3 humans. 1 male with brown eyes and auburn hair, maybe 6'1". 2 females, blue-eyed, blonde hair. 1 dark brown eye, or brown eyes, dark hair. And 1 with light gray skin and a cowl above his head. Pointy teeth.
Reaches our spine.
And black robes with white trim. It's just a
So-
death cult. It's fine.
So you head out and go towards the taxidermist.
Yep.
Pretty easy to find. Down the road to the left, right away.
Yeah.
There's the stuffed bear.
Looking at the bear, trying to figure out how the fuck it isn't smelling and why
Yeah.
it's so still.
Yeah.
And then I can go inside.
Okay. You go inside and the bell rings above the door. You see the taxidermist and she's looking like she's sewing up an animal. You see fur and pelt, but can't really make out what it is exactly. Almost looks like just like a mishmash of animal parts at first, and she's just trying to sew it through. And
Good evening.
she, hello.
You know, it would have saved some time if you would have just told us that you put the barb in Jaina's throat in the first place.
She looks past you. Do me a favor and lock the door, will you? When you lock the door, the shades drop from the window. The candles on the inside glow brighter. The room itself is well illuminated now. And she puts the sewing needle down and leans back in her chair, arms crossed, looking at you.
It's funny, the only person that seems to be open with information around here is a goat. Your village is hiring us to try to take care of a problem. Information is useful. And it would seem that this barb that was in the throat of Jaina is also useful in protection against this creature.
She squints and looks at you, not saying a thing.
You don't have to tell me anything, but I would have the barb to use it for, hopefully, protection against this creature. Maybe a weapon. We'll see. You do want this creature taken care of, yes?
Do I? It would help.
Help me help you.
No offense, stranger, but I don't think you can help me.
And why is that?
I've got a great deal of debt to the mayor. Something you can't help me with.
And you would rather this attacks keep happening so you can keep putting barbs into throats of goats and then removing them for absolvement of debt?
See, if I take care of it, my debt can be absolved. If you take care of it, my debt stays.
So you would rather suffer the issue?
I'd rather not be in debt.
I would help you if I could, but I have 3 gold to my name, and I doubt that will help you with your debt problem.
You really want to help me?
To be honest, I want to help the goats. I've made them... I've become fond of them.
She squints and looks to the side like, how fond can a person be with goats? Maybe too fond?
They have kept me entertained with my magic tricks, and I have kept them entertained.
What's the magic trick? Hiding the pickle?
I just start throwing sparks up and making drum sounds and shit. Simple enough, but it keeps them entertained apparently. And me too.
She sees your sparks and... Interesting. How did you come into this magic? Is that all you can do?
It's not all I can do, but it has been a recent occurrence.
She looks you up and down. One moment. She pulls up these glasses and puts them on and moves the lenses frames that look like magnifying glasses. Then looks at you, looks you up and down, takes off the glasses. I see the magic isn't yours. Borrowed. Well, so far.
I would call it taken.
So would I. That is a crime against Zuros.
I have taken only from my father.
It doesn't matter who you took it from. Where it comes from is what matters.
And do you think Zeros has a problem with this?
I'm fairly certain he has a big problem with that.
I've never met him, although he is the god of knowledge and magic. I know that much.
What do you know about the history of magical items? Items that give power to people that shouldn't have them.
I know that my father was obsessed with them.
Let me give you a little history lesson. Humor me. Terrace, god of earth and beasts, the forests and the Fae, protector of the Fae, really. He grants his followers, his disciples, his people even, the tieflings, known as the Teresians, in a much older tongue. He gives them the power to help nurture forests and speak and commune with the forests themselves and animals, even the ability to turn into animals. What you have on you was a trick, a game. Maven, the goddess of chaos and, well, humor. Jokes aside, she tricked Zeros into allowing him to give up the ability to make magical items. Now, a lot of the magic that is still in this, let's call it a vault. A lot of it is still kept safe. But these items, this ability to enhance, create, enchant even, simple everyday items, a sword, a trinket, jewelry, even clothing. That ability was taken and reforged and reformed. Now, I understand there's a holy order in Montegus. Hell, it's even in a few other towns and cities. Temples. These holy people can enchant these items, give them magical abilities. Some mundane, some pretty lackadaisical and stupid. Others powerful beyond what our needs really are. Now, some people are employed by the patrons of the gods, the lieutenants, the generals, the captains. I am such a person, employed by one of the patrons. In fact, I work for one of the patrons of Zeros. Taxidermy is more of a way to connect me with the things that are dead, to give them life. Much like the relationship of Zeros and Asayus.
I have no idea what taxes have to do with dead people.
Things in debt. Things that have an interest cost. You don't just trade one thing for another. There's always a bit of fine print. I like to take those moments in a creature's life and give them a moment back forever. And so this term, taxidermy, is just to forever give life in a moment, in an artistic way, to something that is dead. Keeping that moment alive forever. In still deathness. That is my prayer to Zeros. What you have on you is a constant middle finger to my God. Now, you want to help the goats.
I do.
Noble, weird, but noble.
If you want to know my diabolical plans for beyond the goats, it's honestly just to live outside of my family. The family that is obsessed with these items that you so deeply despise.
And where is this family?
Altoroka.
You watch as her face loses all blood and her eyes get dark.
Dead by session 3.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This session has been giving me so much to think about. So much shit is getting dropped. Holy fuck!
And then we're gonna have to watch this like 10 times to get it all.
Dude, I'm gonna have to rewatch it and try to like. I'm
You know
already trying to make connections.
You
Cause
know
look,
what sucks
alright,
is
here, here my.
this session isn't gonna get posted for a couple days because I'm gonna be out of town.
Yeah.
Unless I
No.
can remote desktop onto this computer and manage it from on the road because I'm gonna be on my laptop in the car.
Bro, because look, the taxidermist says that her whole thing is giving the life to things that are already dead. Kunsami's whole thing was putting lives into his cloak so they can live with him and they can continue to live in agony but still have some life meaning. Bro, I swear to God, Kunsami's employing her.
So,
I'm trying to, damn it! I'm trying to look at Jim's face, seeing any reaction.
so her eyes go dark, the blood is drained from her face. She looks very cold, very stern. And you hear her voice get very soft. I am well aware of the happenings of Altaroka. In fact, it is my first course of action to correct that which is Altaroka. And I will get in and dismantle the tower that is.
By
I
all
will
means.
shake the foundations, and I will take back Zeros' power.
By all means, I honestly just want it out.
The blood comes back to her cheeks and her eyes less dark. Forgive me. She is very easily angered.
And whom is she? Your patron.
I am not allowed to say her name.
Does that strike any kind of knowledge?
Mhm. I will say this. If I help you, you give me credit for the capture so that I can relieve my debt here.
I will make sure the mayor knows that you have aided me in solving this problem.
Do we have a deal then?
If
And
you
she reaches out her hand. Okay. So, you touch her hand, and you see this black, shadowy, but silver coil coming from her bracelet and wrap around you at the bracelet. She releases her hand and says, "What you're looking for is a fiend. Something we don't rightfully know exactly what it looks like. The rumors are that it looks like Barry Buck's son, but some fiends do that. They wear the skin in a manner of speaking, of something they've killed.
Is it weird that a goat told me that I should delay Berrybuck's son?
I think the goat might be confused, given the fact that this fiend wears the skin of his son.
Hmm. I was just thinking about the goat telling me part, and then you telling me that almost the same thing part. But this is good to know.
This fiend, though, it is a skin wearer. So if it does kill another person, it might wear its skin.
Has it ever appeared as a goat? Means it kills goats, takes their horns.
This particular fiend, I don't rightfully know what it's using the goats for, or what the horns may be a trophy. I don't know.
Do you know what killed the mayor's son? Assume it
I
was
do
a
know.
fiend?
Yeah.
So how long has this fiend been plaguing this place?
4 months.
4 months.
At first, we thought it was a wolf. And then we thought it was a large, like, mountain lion. But it's just the way it moves.
Were there any major events that happened before this fiend came to visit? Anything out of the ordinary for a quiet village? Something that might have angered or summoned this beast?
You met the mayor's daughter?
I have met the daughter. She tells me rumors of the herbalist and the magic that she can do.
The herbalist is blessed. But
Also Bazeros?
not exactly.
So there's no major events that happened.
Not to my knowledge. I really don't know.
Yeah. We'll get to the bottom of this. This, barb that you use on the goats. What does it actually do? Can I use it to help us?
She reaches underneath the desk and pulls out 4 of them. I was trying to embed it in the goat to protect the goats. This barb in particular has a spell that was gifted to me in knowledge called Forbiddance. It protects against fiends in particular, using the goats as a catalyst to protect the goats, but at a sacrifice of causing one of the goats in mobility, using the blood and the body of the goat itself.
So we can't use it on ourselves without incredibly hampering ourselves.
If you use it on yourself, there's a chance you will be in pain for a while it's embedded in you.
But this will protect us.
If it's inside of you, yes. My hope was to at least protect Berrybuck's place until I can find a way to capture the fiend. But if you are able to take one of those barbs and embed it in the fiend, you might rightfully make it explode.
That sounds like a wonderful time and an excellent magic trick.
Something I was hoping to do by myself. But if you help me,
if you want to tag along, I won't tell you no.
She hands you 3 of the 4 barbs.
Pocket them in a safe
And
place.
takes the one herself and says, "Tonight, we suspect very strongly that it's going to arrive. Without that barb in the goat, it's almost certain."
I will be waiting. Hopefully
After-
the other dipshits will be too.
After the gambling den games tonight, right before they end, I will leave my table and set up shop, waiting for the spring.
Excellent. Hope to see you there.
Thank you.
And thank you. Knowledge is power, and sharing it with allies is beneficial.
She passes you this like very cold glance. Abused knowledge. That can be dangerous.
I just hold up my hand with the bracelet. It wasn't my intention when I took it. I just wanted money to get away. No, good to leave.
Okay. Now, the rest of you. Where are you headed?
Warren is gonna walk out of the bar and kind of go to his knees, start clutching his head, start mumbling. Oh, I told myself I wasn't gonna go any deeper into this fake business. It sounds great to get you another fake. God damn it! Why did I do this?
Well, I guess I'm your bodyguard now, so we found to go around.
Please take care of me, and please don't get me killed or prevent me
ever again, please.
Sorry. Well, I mean, we're still waiting for daybreak. We know a bit more about this creature. Sheriff?
Do any of you have an axe?
I got a glaive.
Need an axe.
Why is it? I'm pretty sure, well, Gersten mentioned chopping up firewood. He'd probably have an axe. Maybe you can make him bequeath it to you.
He probably has an axe. And I'm just gonna start walking.
Okay. You're right. I really don't know what else to do. At least to wait until the gambling den comes along. So, guess we'll just follow her.
Sure.
She seems to know what she's doing.
You're the
At least
boss
I hope
now.
so. Let's follow her then. Wait up! I'll start like chasing after her.
And this is how Warren became leader of the group.
How's it feel, bitch?
So, as you're walking in that direction, again, it's not a very large village, but as you're walking in that direction, in the very close distance, you see Cyrus getting out. Cyrus, leaving the taxidermist.
Cyrus!
Good morning.
Hang on. Perception, I gotta see if I hear you.
Okay.
It's a 10.
Yeah, you hear.
I start walking over.
It turns out I can talk to goats too.
What?
See? It is possible. Wait, how do you know how to talk to goats?
Oh, that was beautiful.
I don't know how to do any of the magic stuff. It just happens to me.
Well,
Did you learn anything? Did they bonk you in the head like he did to me?
Oh, yeah. Who
A lot like he did to you, except I didn't fall down like a little girl.
What did you learn? What did you learn?
A lot of things. Let's see. The taxidermist is the one that put the spike into the Jaina's throat.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait.
Also the herbalist who is using like some mushrooms and stuff to get Bartholomew to go to sleep when the thing comes. And then there was also there's some weird people coming around town. Apparently there's like 4 of them. There's 3 humans, there's 1 male, 2 females. There's also another guy that's got some like dark skin, some sharp teeth, he's wearing a cowl. They're all wearing black and white robes. the thing that's attacking is like some kind of fiend that steals the skin of the things that it kills, and also these spikes are like magic or something, and if we stab the fiend with it, it will maybe explode.
Can I look
That's all we have to
around
do.
when he mentioned fiends? Is there anyone around us who's paying attention?
You're in the fork in the road, but no one seems to be around.
And to be fair,
Okay,
if they
I'll be
were, I'm rambling like a madman.
Yeah, I'd be like, we know about the fiend.
It probably doesn't ring a bell to or to me in particular.
You know what? Give me a history check.
Oh. What is my history?
Hopefully, pretty good.
Skills. Ah, yes. Very, very wise. That's an 11.
It's an 11.
11.
11.
Do I want to tell you?
Do you?
Yes, you do.
Just flip a coin.
Because if you tell, that's true. And now you roll.
See, the beauty about flipping a coin is whatever it lands on tells you what you wanted. Because if it lands on heads and you wanted tails, then you know that you wanted this to happen. If you're not,
That's true.
What?
I've become Silas.
So the robes themselves, black with white trim,
Uh-huh.
those used to be the, I guess the,
Investments?
no, what do you call them? The order that lived in Cult.
The order of cult.
They live in the temple of Cult. They're like priests, but friars and nuns kind of thing. It's a well abandoned. Recently has been occupied by the prophecy. But the prophecy's robes aren't those colors.
So these are robes of essentially a dead order that shouldn't be seen at this point in time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Alex, we don't talk about the fiend out loud. We know of the fiend. We talked about it with the brewery. He says they're trying to keep it on the down low to prevent a panic.
There's a lot of things they're trying to keep on the down low.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever you heard, probably don't speak to anyone but us, I suppose.
Everyone roll me perception checks.
Oh no.
That's.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna use inspiration because it's like already 11:55.
I'm gonna use it as well.
That's a little bit better. It's 16.
As we say, be quiet. We look around. There's a kid right there next to us,
Oh shit.
just sitting there like
15.
with an ice cream
16.
cone.
15.
16 plus 7. I suck at math. 23.
Okay, and then what was that, Austin?
23 as well with the natural 20.
Okay.
Damn.
You hear the uneasy scudding footsteps coming from the direction of the brewery, the herbalist, and those townhomes. Hi, where's the hotness? I'm looking around, holding a bag. It's the drunkard that was hitting on.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I'm looking. There it was.
I'm gonna.
Is he talking to Myrna?
Yeah.
So he has a bag in his
I just
hand?
kind of like.
So he has a
Yeah,
bag
I try
in
to
his hand?
imagine Silas trying to push Myrna forward, but she's too tall, so he doesn't do anything. She doesn't even budge. Just
Give me a strength saving throw, and the two of you do a strength test against her.
Ooh.
No way.
Is this
Alright, saving throw.
Are we doing athletics? It doesn't matter for me anyway.
14.
15.
I had a 7.
With a plus 0.
of course.
You learn being shoved like I don't want to own it, but I bet you look like a tall glass of sunshine.
What do you want?
Oh, you know what I want, but I'm not here for that, baby. I got important business. What was the business?
I'm just gonna stare at him, not speak.
You had a.
And he's like looking down and just kind of like swaying as he's standing.
What about the bag that's in your hands? What's in
Oh,
there?
yeah. Okay. As he reaches in and like, all right, don't freak out.
All right, I'm not freaking out.
Okay. As he pulls out, a blade starts to form, and
Have
Then
a hand
the
on
hilt.
a dagger.
he like keeps pulling out.
Hide
the
behind
hilt.
Myrna.
A little
It's
I
ball,
like
polearm.
it behind Myrna's
a little
leg.
spark of fire starts to form in Silas's hand because nobody told me about any of this, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Is this
He's like, oh, that's pretty cool, but I'm not finished. And he like pulls
I'm gonna
it out.
grab the bag. I'm gonna grab the bag out of his hand and like I guess also take what he's already taking out. and
So
just, like, try and
okay,
give it to him.
okay, hold on.
Hold on.
Give me a dex saving throw.
Oh, this dude
Oh
is annoying.
shit! Oh shit!
He's a monk.
Wave the trumpet
18.
master.
What?
18.
Okay. So as you go to grab the bag, he shoves the blade back in and elbows up to your hand, and then does a fighting stance. But like it's like
Oh,
he's
no.
holding the blade over his shoulder now.
Oh
and just
god, it's
looking
the
at
mayor.
you. And he's just, and he's just, and then we don't grab ass up in my business. I don't grab ass in your.
I'm gonna tug on Myrna's shirt. Be like, just
Alright.
wait, Silas. Hey, this might be the weapon.
Which weapon?
It's something that belongs to her. Just put it away.
I got
It
something that belongs to her, my heart.
is your heart also that weapon that you're pulling out of your bag?
Oh yeah, hold on. And he like changes stairs and goes, hold on, let me get it, baby. I'll whip it out for you. And he again pulls it out. Now the polearm itself has gold bands every 4 inches running down. The blade itself goes from the very tip about 10 inches down, but
Damn, 10 inches.
like it curves out, and it looks
Oh,
like
it's curved.
there's 3 chains like moving from the curve to the hilt, and these chains are also gold. The blade itself, it looks very sharp as he's just pulling it out, and it's got a good handle on it. So out he pulls this 6-foot polearm with the blade at the end, and he's like, "Hey, I was told to give you a ring. I'm kidding. There's Tom one. You have it."
Thank you. And I'm gonna like skittishly take it and then go back.
And he like releases it, and as he releases it, I love you.
Sure you do.
Married.
And then I'll just turn around and walk away.
He like
That's
walk
rude.
away, but,
You
like,
should
walk
say
back to-
when
Yeah.
someone says "I love you," you're supposed to say "I love you" back.
Exactly.
You go ahead and do that.
She probably really does like you. She's just, she has a hard time
No,
expressing
I
her
know.
emotions.
That's the wrong idea.
There's something really important I'm supposed to tell you about that, but I don't remember.
That's not good.
I want to reach out and just touch the polearm and see if I feel anything there.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
you do.
I am not. I'm going. Wait, so it's in my hands now, right? Yeah. It's so.
Yeah.
As he like reaches over, I'm gonna kind of like pull it away from him.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't touch my weapon.
I was just trying to get the feel.
Maybe
Seems
later.
everyone wants to get a feel of Miranda lately. It's a
So
little weird.
Only the weapon.
I hate to do this. If you remember, I'll give you a kiss.
He like looks up at you.
Instantly
Where?
sober.
Where are you gonna give me a kiss?
Forehead.
Oh, that's really cute, Mom, but I don't want that.
Cheek.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell your boss you didn't tell me, or you forgot because you're drunk, and maybe he won't like you.
He does have a point. Your boss told you to come tell us and you forgot, then it kind of is your fault.
Well, if you play it that way, give me a smooch.
I can't help but think of that meme with the DM, seduce me.
as he moves his finger there, I'm gonna like slowly just like move away and then make the deal is going worse.
He's like, okay, fine.
And I'll just give him like a peck.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Good turn.
He's gonna go in. He's gonna go in. He's gonna go in. I like it.
I got a 3 with a natural 1.
You getting it?
He sticks his tongue in. He sticks his tongue in.
He
Tongue
goes,
goes
Yeah, a
in.
natural 1, man.
You get the like
Sloppiest of toppies.
just on your lips, just.
And in the background,
And then just like
in that moment, there's just sparks shotting everywhere. Just a shower of sparks.
Choir of orchestra, like no, 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 no.
No, it's a mariachi band.
He said,
if you grab right behind the blade, you can somehow make the bar go in and it become like a fist weapon instead.
I'm gonna do it.
okay, you like grip it. Nothing yet.
Okay.
It would seem that your magic problem is extending to items as well.
Shut up.
If you got a problem, I'll fix it for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna push him away at the end of the not the blade part, but just like the end.
Oh, come on, baby, it wasn't that bad.
I mean, there was sparks, literally.
You're lucky I needed something from you.
Oh, yeah, you need me.
And then I'm gonna as I'm pushing him, I'm just gonna at the end of it, I'm gonna aggressively push him down.
Oh.
I'm supposed to be the.
I'm waiting for the crocodile to come running out.
I'm supposed to be the cool battle master with all these cool maneuvers. I'm just getting dominated by this drunk dude right now.
She's flustered. She has feelings. Okay.
You're level 1, to be
I mean,
fair.
yeah.
And you don't know what this guy is.
So
So
I know. I don't know anymore. It's funny.
I need you to give me. Shit. I need you to give me a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna
7.
see. What he does is he
19
shoots
plus
the
7,
bulldog and
26.
grabs her by the waist and pulls her in. He's like, I got you,
Yeah.
baby.
Okay. So
you like forcibly put him, and he goes to grab the weapon out of your hand, but then like you're too strong to let it go. So he kind of just like leans back. He's like, and he looks over at the sheriff, and we're dancing now.
Yeah, sure.
And he lets go, and then catches himself, bends his back upright, moves his legs effortlessly, stands back on his 2 feet, brushes off his shoulders, and says, I'm a pretty good dancer. And on that note, end session.